Hello, we are happy to be back with you. This is the fourth Thursday, so this is time for our career and job updates. So we are happy to share monthly updates. I'm Kaisha McCrea with Growing Perspectives Career Consulting.
And I'm Curt Hammitt with Propel Your Career.
Awesome. So just like what we do every month, we're going to share with you what we're hearing in the marketplace. We would love to hear any questions you have for us, and we will respond to you. You can simply put your questions in the comment. If you enjoyed hearing the updates, you can add your comments, and you can send either one of us a direct message in LinkedIn. So that way your question can also be answered. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So Curt, what are you hearing in the market?
Well, thanks, Kaisha, and good morning, everybody. I went to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, and according to June 2023, 11 states, their jobless rate are down, 5 states payroll is up, and 2 haven't changed. So if you live in New Hampshire or South Dakota, you only have a 1.8% jobless rate. The highest is in Nevada, believe it or not, and the US is averaging about 3.6. Here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, we have a labor force of about 4.6 million. Out of that labor force, 2.8% are unemployed. So it's about 130,000 people out of almost 4.6 million that are still looking for work. Another thing that I wanted to share, last time I talked about George Anders. He's a writer in LinkedIn, and I wanted to touch base just on a couple of those three stories, Kaisha, if you don't
Sure,
mind.
absolutely.
We talked about people leaving work, the big leave, but now it's the big stay. So these are job transitions that are tracked in LinkedIn. They're down 34% from 2022. That's looking at May's number. So we're seeing a drop in the number of transitions. Hiring is slowing down in tech, not surprising, with professionals valuing security, staying where they are, versus flexibility. They don't
Ooh,
want to jump ship and be
change.
able to work maybe hybrid or remote. They would rather be more secure in that role. The second topic that George brought out was about AI. He was saying that there's still room to grow if you want to get in on that. Believe it or not, about a third or 33% of the US population professionals have never heard of ChatGPT. So are clueless about what's going on out there. Top industries that are using artificial intelligence are tech, real estate, professional services, and financial. Some of the lower interest industries are wholesale, construction, oil and gas, mining, and healthcare. Only 15%, however, of all US professionals are actually using it right now. There is a 27% interest in learning,
Yes,
both on both extremes. You've got the millennials and the boomers are both interested in getting that skill set added to their toolkit.
that's
Interesting.
awesome. That's
So
awesome.
I've used it, Kaisha. I know you've used it as well. The third is remote jobs. People have gotten used to working remote, maybe because of COVID. They want to stay remote. They're getting scarce, but demand is still high. People still are looking for those. In May 2022, 18.4% of the US paid job listings were in LinkedIn. A year later, May 2023, it's down to 10.4%. So the number of remote jobs that LinkedIn is seeing in their jobs are dropping. The same thing's happening with hybrid too. In February, just earlier in the year, it was at 15%, 15.1. Now in May of 2023, it's 13.4. So the hybrid jobs are dropping down through. Now, again, those are only what they're seeing in LinkedIn. Like I said, George Anders and Mariah Flores had put the LinkedIn news together, but I thought that's a good encapsulation because LinkedIn is, as Kaisha is going to talk about, is your go-to place for finding jobs or finding recruiters. that are hiring for jobs. So that's my quick update. If you'd like to hear something different or like to hear something more, please add a comment down in the Zoom
That's
meeting.
awesome. And Curt, I would ask you if you could add any of the links that you shared today, if you could put that in the comment section as well. So if people want to read more about it, they can have it.
Be happy to. Yeah.
It's awesome. And I will do two things. I'll share a couple of updates about two job fairs for our listeners to know about. And then I have the spotlight today. So today I'm going to talk about 5 easy beginning ways to start using LinkedIn in your job search. Because, and I'll get into more detail, everyone's at a different comfort level as it relates to LinkedIn. So my intention and my goal is to really share with you 5 steps you can take to start using LinkedIn today in a way that you feel comfortable. And then afterwards, you can continue to evolve and advance in your use. So before I start to share that update, I want to mention I saw on, I believe it was Facebook, and then I saw it recently on Eventbrite. There is a 757 Military Career Summit at Fort Eustis. It's a hiring event. And 757, for those of us in Virginia, really represents the Hampton Roads area. So that is occurring Thursday, August 24th. It's at the Anderson Field House in Newport News, Virginia, and it's from 2:30 to 6. So I will also share a link to this wonderful opportunity. I believe they're looking for companies, and they're also looking for people that are looking to be hired. So if you're looking to help recruit this, I believe they're looking for companies to do that, as well as people that are looking for their next jobs. And once again, that's the 757 Military Career Summit at Fort Eustis, August 24th. And then the other update that I saw, and I have to get back to it really quickly, I believe it was the National Urban League is having a virtual career fair. And I also saw that as an advertisement on Facebook. So I encourage you to Google National Urban League Virtual Career Fair. And I believe it is coming up the end of this month. So once again, we will share a link to that opportunity in our comment section. And just by mentioning those two, I just want to remind you that social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, sometimes it's areas that you may not have expected that can have new opportunities available for you. So once again, those are 2 great career fairs coming up and wanted to share that with you. So now I'm going to move into our spotlight for today. And Curt, can you see this slide okay?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Perfect. So the update for today is really 5 ways for you to begin to use LinkedIn in your job search. So Curt shared with you that LinkedIn is a key way that we can use to find our next jobs, to connect, to network. And it is really essential that you use it to the extent that you're comfortable with and that you can continue to grow and become more comfortable with. So most of us know that LinkedIn is a place that you can find the new jobs, that you can apply to the new jobs. And I also want to share with you that it is also a great way to network. So often you have job postings, and then sometimes postings aren't listed, or you need more information about the culture, the company. You just want to have a direct connection in that group or find out more about the role. So LinkedIn allows you to be able to do that. So these are 5 steps you can take, 5 ways you can begin to use LinkedIn today as you continue to grow. Number 1, start to make connections with your former coworkers, your friends, and family. And so these are people that you typically are comfortable with. So start making those connections with them. send them a connection request. And if you're concerned if whether or not they saw your request, you can simply send them an email to let them know that this request is coming, or just communicate to let them know in advance and ask them to check their messages in LinkedIn. Follow companies of interest that you have. So let's say you have 5 companies that you really want to interview with or meet people at. Go ahead and start to follow those companies. You can go to the search bar and you can type in the company name, and you will be given the option to follow that company. Share articles of interest that others post. So I've spoken to clients that may not be comfortable, maybe not commenting, but sharing some more of their original content or information. So I always advise share articles from others that are of interest to you. It could be of interest to the particular career path or job or industry. Go ahead and share those articles. You can share those articles with comments or without. So when you see a post of interest, you can look down at the bottom and you will see options to comment, to share, to repost. You can just simply hit repost. And that way you are increasing your visibility. And then the fourth way is to comment or like posts of those you know. And some may say maybe like those you don't know also, but it may be more comfortable connecting with people that you already know. So you can like or comment. And comments I've shared with several people, they do not have to be long. You can make a short comment. It can be a sentence. So it's really a way to engage. And this is a way to help you get comfortable using LinkedIn, build connections, and also increase your visibility. And then the final way to begin to use LinkedIn in your job search is simply to set a goal. My goal may look different from Curt's goal, will look different from your goal. So set a goal that is reasonable for you. LinkedIn does not, in your job search, it is not a requirement that you have to be on LinkedIn for 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day. Set your goal and set really what your intentions are. So try to be strategic around how you use LinkedIn. And so I hope that these 5 steps were helpful to you. Make connections with people you know. Follow companies of interest. Share articles that you liked. They could be in your industry, job choice, jobs of interest. Engage with posts that could be commenting or liking. And those can be posts of people you know. And set a realistic goal for yourself. And you can always grow, but the key is to start using LinkedIn in your job search. It is critical and it does pay off. So these are 5 ways. And if you have any questions about any of these, please feel free to contact me, and I will add these 5 tips to the comment section later today also. So that is the spotlight for today. I'm going to stop sharing. And Curt, before we leave for today, any comments, any follow-ups, anything else you'd like to mention related to the spotlight also?
Sure. I'd like to comment and add to what you've already said. Great list to get started. The thing with LinkedIn is to be consistent. And you said, writing or commenting, start small. Maybe it's once a week. Maybe it's, once a day. But stay consistent with that rhythm. LinkedIn likes to see that consistency. It's not how many, but it's that you stay with some type of rhythm or pattern in terms of what you're doing.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And many people are working because of their activity on LinkedIn. And to feel uncomfortable or uneasy about reaching out to someone that you don't know, we call it like a cold contact. You could talk to either Kaisha or I. as to how we would go about, opening that door to make that connection, with somebody else. But oftentimes, people that are working have gotten their job or made the connection. It's basically kind of the connection to maybe 2 or 3 levels away from you that will really have the job. So don't be afraid to let people know in your first level what you want, and then though that can spread. That can spread.
Absolutely. Now that's fantastic. So if you have any questions, Curt has mentioned, please contact either one of us, put it in the comment section. We will both add links to either articles, the hiring events, the 5 tips or 5 ways. We will put that in the comment section today. And we love to hear from you. We will be back sharing another monthly update on the 4th. I'm pulling up my calendar, the 4th Thursday in August. So we will be back on August 24th. So tune in and let us know if there's any other topics of interest. Thank you. Thank you, Curt. And I'm Kaisha McCrea with Growing Perspectives.
And Curt Hammitt with Propel Your Career.
Awesome. Have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.